In print resources, magazines are very important because magazines are of different types. There are some magazines like fashion and film magazines where the students can find examples of informal writing. So the teachers need to collect the magazines in the classroom and then identify the informal writing, and they can also title them, those pages, as informal writing for facilitating the students to look for informal style of writing. Also, there can be magazines which are more on a serious note, like Economist or some other Reader's Digests, where there is a lot of vocabulary along with the meanings given for the difficult words, and in that case the students would be able to find academic writing examples and also formal writing text style in those magazines. So the teacher can put in the corner formal writing and reading examples and informal writing and reading examples with a label on the magazines accordingly. It would be helping the students whenever they want to have a look at the formal writing or find an example. They can look at on the magazines like Economist, Reader's Digest, and if they want to have a look at the informal writing, they can go to the pile of magazines which carries films and fashion. In that way, the students would be regularly looking at these resources and refreshing their knowledge. Sometimes the students know something but still they get confused and they need to have a little help. So these resources, if they are present in the classroom, it will lessen the burden for the teacher, because every time the student would not approach a teacher to get help from the teacher. Instead, they would go independently to these corners and look for informal style of writing or look for the magazines which give them formal style of writing, have a look at it, read it, or even take some notes from that particular text and then get their confusion clarified. So magazines are also very helpful for the visual learners, because magazines, they carry pictures. The visual learners, they love to look at pictures. The teachers can also ask them to take those magazines to their places where they are sitting and then look at the pictures and talk about the pictures to their partners. This can be an interesting pair work in the class which the teacher can inculcate in the students. The students, while working in pairs, can look at a picture in the magazine and then talk about the picture in the manner they want to talk. The teacher may encourage the students to talk about the picture in a funny manner, or maybe talk about the picture in a serious manner, or maybe talk about the picture in an imaginative or a creative manner. So it should be a freedom for the students to comment on the pictures or talk about the pictures in the way they want to do. In that way, they would be able to use more vocabulary of their own choice. And while the students are doing that, the teacher needs to monitor. That is, that she needs to go around in the class and stand for a little while near every student's desk and listen to the conversation they are doing. That would help the teacher to evaluate the speaking skills and the use of vocabulary and grammar done by the students, and at the same time the students would know that there is somebody monitoring them and they would take the activity seriously. Any activity done by the students independently must be monitored by the teacher. Otherwise, the students would have an impression that they are just free to do anything, and they might start talking about something else other than the lesson. The students should be given freedom, but at the same time that freedom has to be controlled by the teacher, by monitoring the class, by monitoring the performance of the students, and also at the same time evaluating what the students are doing. There are some magazines with some words which are not permissible in the class. The teachers need to be careful that they do not bring such magazines in the classroom.